Welcome back to my channel, and let's solve this beautiful geometry puzzle together. We are given a trapezium or a trapezoid, and inscribed is a full circle, and you notice that the circumference of the circle is touching the trapezium at these 4 points. And the question is, what is the area of the circle? Is this something you can do? Relax, I will take you through that step by step. It's just so easy. Now, for us to find the area of this circle, all we need to do is to remember that area of a circle is given as pi r squared. Now, it means that if we can get the radius of the circle, automatically we have gotten the area. Remember, the radius is the line from the center of the circle touching any part of the circumference. But the question is, do we know the radius? It's not given in the question, and in that case, we need to find the radius. Let me show you how to do that. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to learn through us. And if you're still new, why not subscribe for the more tips you will get? Make sure notification bell is on because we have updates for you every day. And if you love what to do, don't forget to give us thumbs up and also share. Now, to solve this, we just need to get the radius, the line from the center, touching any part of the circumference, as we said, is the radius. You are free to get as many as possible, but there are these special ones that we want to use for the sake of this question. We can create one from this center, touching this part. And at this point, just remember, for each time you have a circle drawn, and a line is drawn to touch the circumference is the outer part of the circle. When this straight line touches this part of the circle at the point, we call the line the tangent line. And at this point, if a line is drawn from the center to touch this tangent at this point, remember this line is the radius. We say that this line makes angle 90 with the tangent. Now let's see how this helps us. Going back to this diagram, you see that this is the radius. Coming in contact, this line has automatically become the tangent of the circle. It means that this line has met angle 90 at this point. The theorem is your tangent and radius theorem. Now, from here to here, we said is the radius. We can also get as many radii as possible. We can get from here to touch this part of the circle. Then we make this line. Now remember also that this line is also the tangent of the circle. You see the circle touches it at this point. So this line is also the tangent line. And in that case, it also makes angle 90 at this point. This is also our radius. And if from here to here gives us r, automatically from here, from this end down to this part is also r. You notice that this has formed a square because the remaining angle here is also 90. And if from here to here measures r, from this end down to this part also measures r. In that case, we can adjust the total length. From here to here is given as 10 units. So let's adjust it. So if you do that, we are going to now have from here down to this part is going to give us 10 minus r. So that when you add the whole length, if you add these two, it gives you back 10 units. You have not changed anything. Now, what other information do we need to get for us to answer this? We also go back to the diagram. Remember we said from here, touching this part is also radius, so we can get another radius. So this is our radius. And in that case, it means that from here to here is also equal with from this end down to this part, which is also our radius. And if from here to here is r, automatically we can also get this part from this end down to this part. From here to here is r. This will also give us r. And remember, the total length is 5. So it means that from this end to this is 5 units. And if from here to here is r, the remaining tiny length is going to be 5 minus r. Also, remember this theorem. Let's take this part off. We have it that for each time you have a circle drawn, Remember we said this line is the tangent line. And if there's another tangent line drawn to touch each other at this point, we say that these two tangent lines are the same. We call it the tangent theorem. Now let's see how this helps us in this question. From this end to this end is the tangent. And also from here, remember, this is the center. There's another line here making a radius at this point. So it means that from this point of tangency down to this line and this line are equal, obeying what we have stated here. And in that case, it means if from here to here measures 10 minus r, automatically, we are going to have it that this length, let's take this part, this length here measures 10 minus r. Also observe that from here, this place to this place measures 5 minus r, obeying what we stated here. You notice that this is tangent and this one is also tangent. Did you see? So these two are obeying this. And in that case, it means that these two tiny lengths will also be the same. So we have it that here, this length is also going to give us 5 minus r, meaning that the total length here will now be, add these two together. So it's going to give us 5 minus r, add 10 minus r. So let's simplify it here. We have 5 minus r plus 10 minus r. This add this gives us 15. This and this gives us negative 2r. So we can have it as addition of this has given us 15 minus 2r. Now with this information, what do we do next? Remember our target is on the radius. Now, is it possible for us to create another line from here, from this vertex? Let's create another line to touch this part. So if you do that, this is what we have. Now you notice that this part has formed a rectangle. And if this line and this line are parallel to each other, remember that from this end to this end is given as r plus r gave us 2r. So it means the total length here is giving us 2r. And these two lengths are equal. So if here is 2r, from here to here will also be 2r. Now what do we do next? Observe that this part of this shape has formed what we call a right angle triangle, because here is right angle, here is also right angle. Now let's try to bring out this shape to see if it helps us in finding the radius. Let's do that together. We have this. From here to this end is given as 15 minus 2r. From here to here measures 2r. Remember, it's right angles here. Now, do we know this length? From this end to this end, we can easily find it. Observe that from here to here measures 5. The whole length here measures 5. And if from here to here measures 10, it means also that from this end to this end, let's take this off. From this end to this end also measures 5 units. In that case, here will also measure 5 units. So that when you add the total length, it gives you back your 10 units. We've not changed anything. And we are looking for this line. This length is what gives us 5 units. So it means that the base here is going to be 5 units. Now, remember, we are working with the size of a right triangle. And each time you work with the size of a right triangle, always use your Pythagorean's theorem. So applying it here, this is the longest side, the side opposite to where this angle 90 is formed, is going to give us 15 minus 2r squared is equal to the two legs, square and sum. It gives us 2r squared plus 5 squared. Let's simplify this together. Remember to expand this. For every a minus b squared, it's always a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Apply this algebraic identity here. This gives us 15 squared minus 2 times 15 times 2r plus this will give us 2r squared is equal to, for this we are going to have 2r squared means 2r times 2r, and that gives us 4r squared. Then plus 5 squared gives us 25. Keep simplifying. We are going to now have 15 squared is 225. Multiply this, this will give us 60r plus this will give us 4r squared is equal to 4r squared plus 25. Keep simplifying. At this point, we can subtract this from both sides. Subtract 4r squared from both sides. This cancels, and we are left with 225 minus 60r is equal to 25. And what do we do next? We are going to add this to both sides. So if you add 60r to both sides, this will go off, and we are left with 225 is equal to 60r plus 25. Keep solving. We now have 225 is equal to 60r plus 25. Let's subtract this from both sides. So if you do that, we are going to have, this will give us 200 is equal to, we have 60r. And this is also the same as 60r is equal to 200. To get r, divide both sides by 60. And if you do that, we have r is equal to, if you divide this, it's going to give us, this will take off. This will give us 20 divided by 16. This gives us the radius of the circle. Now let's put in back in the formula we stated to find the area. To do that, we have it that area of a circle is pi r squared, and that gives us area is pi multiplied by the radius is 20 over 6 squared. So this gives us area is equal to pi. We can simplify. 2 divides this gives us 10. 2 divides this gives us 3, and it's all squared. And that gives us area is equal to pi. 10 squared gives us 100 divided by 3 squared gives us 9. So we have it that area is 100 divided by pi divided by 9 pi and is in square units. So this is the value of our area in terms of pi. Let's get this area in decimal. Just what you need to do is to cue this in the calculator. Just 100 divided by 9 multiplied by your pi in the calculator. Let's do that to have. If you do that, we have it that area is equal to, cue this in the calculator, it gives us approximately 34.9066 squared centimeter. So this is our area in decimal, and this is the area in terms of pi. Let's bring it up. And I hope you learned something. Don't forget to tell us how much. I'll also be curious to see your own method. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. I hope to see you in my next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye.